What's up, guys? It's Paladin Null. I'm here with my friend CPQ.
Hi!
And welcome out to another episode of Dream Daddy. And there is Facebook, which is fetching the stream right now, so I'm going to go ahead and hit live on that. Significantly smoother than last time.
Yay! Very nice.
Alright, and without further ado, let's get down to the dads.
Alright, you ready?
Yes.
3.
Brian.
Alright, here we go.
Brian's new.
I'm hoping for Robert.
Hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking of new ways to grill things. Let's go ahead and message Brian. He's scratching away at something. He only pooped outside of his litter box twice today. He still refuses to use the one outside of his room, but he's doing much better at the ones inside his room, and I think that's just how it's gonna be. What was that?
I was wondering if your hair was wet. It is.
Yeah, my hair's wet.
Man, I don't know how I feel about hanging out with Brian more, but it seems like Daisy and Amanda got along really well. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and hang out with Brian for the sake of the kids. I crack my knuckles and start typing. Hey Brian, great grabbing burgers with you at the cookout yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes.
Do we live in a temporal loop and we're just dating all of the dads in sequence?
I guess so. We should get the kids together and hang out soon. I wait a couple minutes until a ding comes from my computer and a message pops up on the screen. It's Brian. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, hey, man. Always love a good burg with a buddy. We should definitely hang out soon. What do you think about mini golf? We could bring the girls out and have ourselves a little friendly competition. Rock on, Brian. He signed his name. That's cute. Friendly competition.
You were complaining about people signing their name a couple days.
I was reading what he said. The line said he signed his name. That's cute.
Oh. I didn't see that.
I don't think it's cute. Randy thinks it's cute. Friendly competition. This is perfect. I know Amanda and I will crush Brian in mini golf. I've been taking her to mini golf courses since she was a little kid, and I'm proud to say she's almost better at it than I am. Almost. I type back. That sounds great, man. Name the time and place and we'll be there.
Hey, Amanda. Hey, would you be up for some mini golf with Brian and Daisy?
I'm a little out of practice, and I know my backswing leaves something to be desired, but I think I could keep it in the negatives.
Perfect. Come on, kiddo. Let's do this. You ready for this?
Arr, matey, I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Why are you talking like that?
Because this mini golf course is pirate themed. I just now realized that we are indeed standing on top of a giant pirate ship in the middle of a putt-putt course.
Oh.
Come on, Pirate Dad, won't you talk like a pirate with me? Arr! Ahoy! Scurvy?
Avast ye! I don't see pirates, only angels.
Angles.
Angles. There is no time for jokes.
You're only gonna say there's no time for jokes because you don't got a joke, Dad. You ready?
Yep.
Number them.
Oh, right, that's you. This is your roll, not mine.
I'm sorry.
Bottom to top.
2.
I don't see. The putter is my blade and the ball is my foe. I will slice it with heavenly grace to achieve the victory I know is mine.
Come on, Dad. You told me that this was just gonna be some friendly competition.
Friendly competition is dad code for actual competition. I need to prepare my body, mind, and soul to defeat Brian on the field of glorious battle.
It's just mini golf.
Just mini golf? It's so much more than that.
I kneel down and place a hand on Amanda's shoulder.
I just want you to
How tall
know
are we?
there's no pressure. I'm 7'10". It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it too much. But we have to beat Brian at mini golf.
Whatever happened to just having fun?
Oh, we'll still have fun when we beat them.
Amanda gives me a side-eye, but before I can side-eye her back, I spot Brian and Daisy.
Hey.
Ahoy there, mateys!
Oh.
Ahoy! Brian walks up with Daisy in tow. It looks like they've already rented us some golf clubs for a mini golf excursion. Total power move. Why didn't I think of that?
Hey!
Alright, first mate. I hear there's buried treasure in these waters. You wanna go help me plunder it? Oh, Amanda, I don't think this is a real pirate ship. I think it's just to play putt-putt on.
Ugh.
Amanda gives Daisy a look.
Eh?
I mean, aye, Captain! Daisy winks at Amanda.
Ah, look at those two. They're two peas in a pod. So, he's gone full pirate now, and I can't quite pull him back into Sarge voice. So, you excited to get some mini golf in? Oh, you know it.
Well...
You a gambling
Here
man?
we go.
Do I get you if I win? That's an option. Cookies.
My cookies.
Top to bottom this time.
3.
Well,
Whoa.
Amanda puts her hand over Daisy's ears.
Sweat drop.
Gross! Ugh. Brian blushes. He's clearly a little uncomfortable.
How about the loser buys drinks tonight? All right. But how about we make it more interesting?
Well...
I'm listening. The loser has to mow the winner's lawn this weekend.
Oh, I like that.
Well, my yard's pretty big. Are you prepared to take that on? I think you should be a little more concerned with how you're gonna maneuver around my hedges. It's a highly technical work, not for the faint of heart. I don't think I need to worry about that. I'm very good at mini golf, you know.
We should go mini golfing.
Oh yeah? Hole in one. Every time.
What I just said is not a true thing, but it already came out of my mouth, so I have to stand by it.
I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Please tell me there's a mini golf mini game in this.
I hope so. Brian and I eye each other up and down.
May the best dad win.
Brian and I eye each other. It's pirates. Brian and I shake hands and lock eyes. It's about to go down.
Please tell me we've got a mini golf mini game. Yes! Oh, how does this work? Oh, I hate this. Damn it.
Ah!
Dead men sink no pus. Into the brine.
Okay.
Okay.
Nope.
Lost your ball. Into the brine.
Got that one. Oh, I hate every second of this mini game.
Yo ho ho in a hole full
Oh,
of
fuck.
ball.
Oh, there's a fake hole.
Into the
There's a
brine.
fake hole. How the hell? Oh, I see what I need to do. There it is. There it is.
Into the brine.
Alright.
Okay. Nope.
Dead men sink no pus.
Awesome.
Impressive putting. Yo ho ho, 6 out of 18. Damn it. There's an achievement for getting all of them.
Ah.
We'll have to come back to this at some point.
Amanda pulls me aside while Brian and Daisy start walking to the next hole. Hey, you having a good time?
I'm having a great time. I'm having a fantastic time destroying Brian underfoot.
I just ask because your eye is twitching.
No, it's not.
I feel my left eye twitch. Amanda raises her eyebrows. We're out here to have fun, remember? It's just a game.
You're right. It is just a game. A game with extremely high stakes. A game we're currently winning.
Dad.
Oh.
Please, Amanda. Please nail this next hole for me. We need to keep this streak going.
If it's really that important to you, sure. Amanda walks over and tees up for a particularly hard windmill hole. Gripping her club, she winds up and launches the ball into the parking lot. She looks me right in the eye and does an exaggerated shrug.
Whoops.
Oh shit, I love it.
There it is.
I disagree with her actions, but I appreciate her act of youthful defiance. She walks over and pats me on the back. That was for your own good.
Love you, kiddo.
Armatey.
Here we go.
We're back to this.
Second
Okay, here we
half.
go. Second half.
Yo ho ho and a hole full of bombs.
Okay, I see where the hole is. Ooh, that's tough. Nope, went out the wrong side.
Fuck.
If I'd gone out the other side, I would have won.
You've lost your bomb. Into
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Think you can get it straight into the hole?
Oh, that is an option, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try it, though.
Yo
Yay.
ho ho and a hole full of bombs.
Fuck.
Into the brine.
Oh,
fuck.
there's landscape.
Into
Yeah.
the brine.
That's a skull.
It's a skull. And the left eye is real. The right eye is fake.
Fuck. Right? Up.
Ah!
Your
If it had kept
ball.
going.
Oh, fuck.
Is this pachinko? Am I playing pachinko now?
Looks like it.
Yeah, it is pachinko.
Dead men sink
The-
no
oh,
past.
fuck.
man.
Yo ho 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 ho.
12 out of 18.
Impressive putting. Never give up, never remember.
Oh.
I try to maintain an air of professionalism because there are children present, but confetti cannons are going off in my brain, and someone is placing a wreath around inner me with the words "Best Dad" emblazoned on it.
Man, that was some shooting there, Randy. Mini golf is no joke. Mini golf is beneath me, or I have bested you on the field of battle. I hate all of these. I guess mini golf is no joke is the one that I would really want to go for. Middle, bottom, top.
3.
Hey, he really liked that one.
Yeah, apparently. And it felt good, Brian. It really felt good. Brian and I eyeball each other, electricity shooting between us.
Hey!
Arr, Daisy, did you have a good time? Yo ho ho, I did. We haven't even found the buried treasure yet. I think we would need to apply for a permit to dig around here.
Oh.
Oh. I can take Daisy home so we can get the city paperwork started for digging. You two go on and enjoy your night.
Sounds like a plan. Randy, you cool with that? Sure. Just don't get yourselves into too much trouble.
Can do. I'll make sure we get into perfectly reasonable amount of trouble. Amanda and Daisy skip away, yelling about buried treasure.
Bless that kid's tiny, rebellious heart. Well, guess we should hit the bar now. There's actually a tiki bar attached to this place. How about that? Hey, Puppy Productions. So far there has not been any sex, but
I'm
there's
pretty
been
sure
a lot
not
of
gonna be
gay.
sex.
There has been a lot of gay, though.
If there was sex, then it would
Probably
probably
not
be
be
an 18
allowed.
plus game.
It would also probably not be allowed to be played on Twitch or YouTube.
Mm-hmm. But it is gay.
There is lots of gay.
So much gay. There are eggplants. That's it.
Yeah, that's the closest. There are eggplants and sweat symbols.
Yeah.
The sweat symbol that people use for cum.
Brian and I walk into the Freaky Tiki, a kitschy, island-themed bar. Palm trees adorn the walls, and several fake parrots are strewn about. Ukulele music plays softly in the background. Brian and I approach the bamboo bar. Guess I'm spending more time with Brian, which is a little more bearable since I won. Okay, I just gotta get my victory drink and get out of here. I think I already proved my superior dadness for the day.
2 pineapples of hospitality, please.
The bartender whips up 2 rum drinks inside of hollowed out pineapples. He sets them on fire, and we have to blow them out before we can drink them.
I usually just like to, I don't know, Drink my drinks.
Hey.
If you don't want yours, I'll take it. And miss out on the taste of victory? I don't think so.
I take a sip of my pineapple of hospitality. Victory tastes fruity.
Much like this game. Let's talk about lawn maintenance. I'm very particular. No electric mowers for me. I hand cut everything with scissors. I also only water the lawn with bottled sparkling water. I just ran out, so you're gonna have to import some. Italian is preferred, but I'll settle for Icelandic if that's all you have. It's sweet that you're willing to put all the work into taking care of your dead grass. What? My grass is perfectly healthy.
Ah.
It's okay, buddy. I know the trick to perk it right back up. I'll work my magic when I'm finished trimming your grass with the teeniest pair of scissors I own.
Man, even when he's trying to be helpful, I feel personally attacked. While I sip more of my drink, I notice a TV in the corner. Hey, Extreme Makeover Deck Edition is on.
I love this show. It always made me want to own a deck. I hate this show. Why? It's so clearly fake. Well, yeah, it's reality TV. Who cares? I care. I'm a general contractor. I work with decks all the time. There's no way they're renovating those decks in a matter of 2 days. It's impossible. That is a 3-week job minimum. So you want them to cover those 3 weeks extensively in every episode? It can't be that interesting to watch a bunch of dudes slave over a deck for that long. Nobody would watch it. I don't like any of those home improvement shows. I want to watch stuff that's real. Like Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers?
Hey.
I have terrible news for you, Randy. No, not them too. That's the awful truth. Not the ghosts, though. Those are real. Trucks just don't have emergency escape buttons. I've been lied to for so long.
We both chuckle and sip on our pineapples.
See, every single one of them is redeeming in some way.
They are.
So wait, you're a general contractor? Sure am. I actually helped plan the cul-de-sac we live in. Wow. Nice work. Yeah, kinda took after the footsteps of my old man. He was a general contractor too? The best. He practically built half of this town with his bare hands. It's weird how you spend your whole life trying not to become your father, then you wake up one day and there you are.
Hey.
But I get to work with my hands and it pays more than enough to take care of my daughter. So it's an absolute dream job. For me, at least. It does have sexual references. It is definitely going to be gay to a certain extent. There just won't be any explicit sex happening.
Went to sleep.
Yeah, he does that.
Well, that's impressive. Building stuff has always been my weak point as a dad, and I've been okay with that. Until now. Now I must defeat him. I do have that patio furniture that I haven't put together still sitting in the garage. Okay. Maybe I should cool it with the dad competition. Gotta keep it light.
To one of your classic jokes, ask about his daughter, stare him down unblinking, top to bottom.
3.
Yep, I knew it.
Yep.
I looked Brian directly in the eyes, my brows furrowed.
Hmm?
If he, by some miracle of nature, has telepathic abilities, I hope he can hear my thoughts loud and clear. You shall not best me, Brian. I will reign supreme. Brian meets my gaze with equal intensity and moves slightly closer to me. Wow, he smells really good, like a burning campfire and cinnamon. I suddenly really hope he doesn't actually have telepathic abilities. See, we can keep things friendly here. This is perfectly pleasant. I could do this all night. Because I feel an innate need to impress Brian and prove I'm better than him, obviously. That's the only reason, I think. Let's keep it moving.
Compliment his beard, complain about kids these days, or ask about his dog. Top to bottom.
2.
Ugh.
Hey,
Okay.
you like that one. Kids these days, you know. What about them? Well, they're always on their phones and stuff. They use words I don't understand, and their music confuses me. And that's scary.
Brian gives me a reassuring pat on the back.
Kids these days don't even play video games anymore. They just want to watch videos of other people playing video games. It makes no sense. Hey, kids these days. Welcome out to the stream. My name's Paladin Null. Strap in. I know, buddy, I know.
I look around the room and take in all the kitschy decor. I was about to say decor. Decor. Looking for something else to comment on. There's a gigantic fish hanging above Brian and I gesture to it.
I gesture to it. That's so weird. There are so many, like, little mistakes that were made.
Yeah.
Cool fish. It's definitely fake. Really? Everything in here is fake. That palm tree over there is just a ficus with plastic coconuts glued to it.
I look over. He's right.
I almost caught something like that fish once. Mine was bigger, though.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Oh, really? Yep. Went on a trip to Hawaii maybe a decade ago. We were out on the sea for 3 days catching fish, drinking beer, guy stuff. We had a hot blade on the boat so we could sear the fish right after we caught it. Throw a little bit of salt and lemon on there. Oh, man. That's some of the best food you've ever had. That actually sounds amazing.
Oh.
Well, it was the last day. Everyone had gone to bed already, but I was out there watching the stars. Had my line out, too. And all of a sudden, it just starts running.
Of course he catches it when he's all alone, because no one can vouch for it.
So I jump on the reel before it gets ripped out of the rod rack and start fighting with the damn thing. I'm out there for maybe an hour. Can't call out to my shipmates. It's just man against nature. Finally, I'm starting to tucker the guy out. I get him to the surface and finally get a sight of it. The biggest marlin I ever seen. Hemingway-esque. I get it onto the boat single-handedly. And you know what happens next?
Jumps out.
What happens next? That damn thing smacks me in the face with its tail. Knocks me out. I wake up in the next morning with on the deck. The fish gone. Never felt dumber. So it got away. I think there's another version of me that would have spent the rest of my life trying to catch that fish, Captain Ahab style. I'm sure Daisy would be supportive. Ah, man, fishing's the life. Haven't gone enough lately. You go fishing? Actually, I have a confession to make.
Wait, what am I doing? Why am I having this inexplicable urge to be vulnerable with him? Can't tell him I'm terrible at fishing. I lean in close.
No one can outfish me. I'm the best at fishing. I'm amazing at fishing. We literally can't not tell the truth.
Here we go.
It doesn't matter to me, so I'm just gonna do bottom to top.
3.
There you go. I'm amazing at fishing. I'm simply the best out there. Okay, since you're such a pro, I'm taking you fishing. You want to go fishing? Wait, don't answer that. Yes, you do. We're going fishing.
Oh, no.
Oh. I don't know. Come on, it'll be a blast. I know the perfect little fishing spot. I'll bring some beers. We can just sit back, relax, and reel in some trout. We'll bring the kids with us. Come on, you know you want to.
I sigh. I've been cornered.
Yeah, okay.
Brian gives me an exuberant high five.
Yes! Maybe we'll see who can catch the most fish, so I can get you mowing my lawn. You can try and beat me, but they don't call me Randy good at catching fish Caldwell for nothing.
I am spinning a web of lies that I fear will one day consume me.
Sounds like it'll be a scrap.
Brian and I finish our drinks and head outside.
Till next time. Kiss my bass, Brian.
I'm real excited. This is a great opportunity for our friendship.
I'm going to say kiss my bass Brian the next time I see Brian.
Do it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Top to bottom.
2.
I'm
Sorry.
real excited. Catch way more fish than you, Brian.
Brian extends his hand and gives me a friendly but firm handshake. I see that competitive fire in his eyes. This is going to become a whole thing, isn't it? Once Brian takes over babysitting duties, Amanda walks home with me. She immediately plops down on the couch and flips on the TV. So, how was your hangout with Brian? He wasn't too spicy about his crushing defeat, was he?
No, wait, that's Brian. Nah, he was pretty gracious about it. Like, frustratingly gracious.
Yeah, how dare that guy have some decency? Come on, Dad, he seems like a neat dude.
I think so? I don't know. The guy loves good competition. Then again, apparently so do I. What did you and Daisy end up doing?
Oh, we hunted for treasure a bit, but Daisy was really adamant about not digging without a permit, so we just watched a documentary about theoretical physics. I put her to bed and then sat around eating Brian's food.
Ah.
Don't tell him I said that.
That's standard babysitting protocol, I believe.
I really like hanging out with Daisy. She's super mature for her age.
Yeah, Brian said she had a hard time relating to other kids. She kind of reminds me of you at her age. Although she doesn't bite people as much as you did.
Can't believe I'm finally the cool older kid. Feels good. You gonna hang out with Brian again?
That's the thing. He wants to go fishing with me.
Hey.
Oh.
I told him I was an amazing fisherman.
You hate fishing.
I know. I'm kind of panicking.
Oh.
I'm sure it'll be fine. All you have to do is wake up at the crack of dawn and sit silently in a boat on a lake for hours on end with no promise of a tangible reward, your only companion being the fear and doubt you harbor deep within your heart.
Ah.
Fishing's fun. You'll remind yourself, as the world darkens around you and you wonder if it's really you staring back at yourself in the lake's reflection or simply just the abyss.
Yeah, laugh it up, Amanda. You're coming with us.
Ah.
It is my constitutional right to outright refuse this order.
Daisy's coming too.
Well,
I bet I could convince Brian to bring his dog.
fine, sold. I'm in.
Alright, I'm bushed. I'm gonna call it a night. Don't stay up too late, okay?
You got it, Pops.
Is Randy slowly turning into Kronk? From
No?
You ain't so bad yourself.
like his voice.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what I'm saying, is like his voice. My voice I've given him.
Maybe.
We only got a rank B.
Oh well. It's okay. He's not our favorite dad anyway.
We got a lot of Tiki, but we got no Yo-Ho-Ho.
Oh well.
Welcome.
Soft boy
You
is
got
his.
bags.
Soft boy.
Soft boy.
Oh my god.
Alright.
Roll in a second.
Alright. Yours should have been the easiest to get to.
Well, you know what? It was not. Alright, you ready? Gotta add the dice to do the 7. Come on. Come on. 7. Alright.
3.
Brian again! We're going fishing!
Oh, Paladin got me this lovely balloon this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in or out? Oh, I have a message from Brian. Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still, though, I have to accept. I typed back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all those fish. And my lawn could use another good mowing. That'll show him. Brian responds back, letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's gonna be a rough start.
That's how I feel now. This one wakes me up at 5 every morning now.
Why?
Because he wakes up and just starts scratching everything.
I'm sorry. At least he's not screaming.
No, he physically can't.
I know, at least he's not screaming.
He can duke pretty loudly. He's done that once when he got his paw stuck underneath one of the black plates.
Oh, poor baby.
Amanda?
Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen, eating a cheese stick by biting it off piece by piece like some kind of monster.
I didn't raise you like that.
What?
It's called string cheese, not chompy cheese, for a reason, Amanda.
Aww. Did you just call me in here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what?
It is kind of disgusting. No, Amanda. We have to go fishing tomorrow.
Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog.
How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you?
Nope. My stint at the Girl Scouts was brief and purely transactional. Thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know I had to, like, be outside and tie knots and stuff.
From my understanding of the Girl Scouts, you don't have to do that shit.
We learned how to tie a couple of knots once, sitting in my elementary school's cafeteria.
I mean, that's where most Boy Scouts learn how to tie knots, is just in this.
That's where we had every single meeting. We went on 2 camping trips throughout my, 4 years of Girl Scouts. That was the only 2 trips we went on.
Until I moved to Mississippi, Cub Scouts was literally held at the house of one of the people, and we never went to anything. It was not until I, got out of Cub Scouts and got into proper Weeblos and Boy Scouting in general that I went on any camping trips.
So, we had, the green vests. We should have been doing stuff. We weren't brownies.
How long are you a brownie?
You are a brownie for 1 year. You are a junior for 3 years, and then, well, you start out with the blue vest. I don't know what those are called. Then you're a brownie for 1 year. Then you have the green vest for 3 years, and then something else comes after the green vest.
Okay, so in your situation, you would have been in Boy Scout terms, you would have been somewhere around either wolf or bear scout, which is before the Boy Scouts even is a thing. Tiger Cubs starts in elementary school. Then you have wolf, then bear, Weeblos 1, Weeblos 2, scout.
But I read through my manual, and it's at this stage in your Girl Scouts, you should be learning this, 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 and this. No option to learn this, 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 and this.
Yeah, so I had that problem a lot whenever I was a kid as well, where I was I was supposed to be taking these, or doing these things where we were supposed to be learning specific things, and my Cub Scouts was not doing it. And so I legitimately just sat down with my dad and I went, this is taking too long. Can we do the stuff in the book? And so we literally just pulled out the book and just went, all right, this says tie this knot. Can you tie this knot for me? Tied the knot. All right, check that off. And then my dad literally just went down the list and did all the things with me.
Yeah.
Then we went to the next meeting and my dad went with me and he was like, my son has completed these activities. He would like to get this and then rank up. I ended up getting into the Boy Scouts a year early.
Very cool. Oh, did you know that Scar is a Boy Scout?
Scar?
From Lion King.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
Be prepared!
There you go. And now
I'm funny.
And now may the great Scoutmaster of all time watch over us and be with us until we meet again. Be prepared. That's the actual full line. Anytime that a scout meeting ends, that's what you're supposed to say. Alright. That was me. I said that earlier.
Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town?
Give me a refresher.
During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour, I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that.
Of Of course I remember. What does this have to do with fishing?
The burn is a metaphor, Dad.
Well, I don't get it.
You can lead a horse to water.
What do horses have to do with fish? And birds?
Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian.
You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing.
Please try explaining it to me.
Okay, he just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game.
Is that what you think is happening here?
No, Amanda.
Okay, good.
I know that's happening here.
Dad! Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning.
Night, Panda.
I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep.
Pajamas. Pajamas. You're not gonna get to sleep tonight, are you?
I'm wide awake. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing. Hoping that there's something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up at 1 in the morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand and beer in another. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait. And wait. And wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I look up to see my father. What? Oh, he's dreaming.
Yeah.
I look up to see my father, just as he looked at that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. The boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, swimming around as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes.
You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy.
I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm.
Something about that imagery is just perfect to me.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, sorry, I've had like phlegm in my throat for like the last hour.
Oh, fun. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. What you looking for?
I saw that they had like curtains inside the thing on a tension rod, and I was like, could I do that, and would it be worth it? And I think what I'll end up doing is I'll just mount.
Inside what thing?
So you see the frame of the window where it's got like, it goes in?
Yeah.
They had a tension rod inside those two things with the curtain on it. I could, but it would leave a lot of gaps, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna hang it across an actual bar and just put two things in it.
Okay. Spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead.
Fishing day, kiddo. You ready?
No.
Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes.
Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never.
Amanda?
I'll get up in a minute.
Alright. Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep.
Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave at me. I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda. whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk out to see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear.
It is dark.
Daisy's falling asleep next to him.
Hey.
Early bird gets the... Oh, sorry. That's Randy's voice. Early bird gets the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready.
My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. It's a good day to die.
Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started.
I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woof woof.
Oh, the
I
dog.
love him. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging his tail furiously.
Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Randy sit.
Maxwell obediently hops into the back to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep.
You ready for an adventure?
I'm ready for glory.
I hate this.
I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by.
So where exactly are we headed? It's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me out there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. It's going to be the place that we went fishing to forever ago. I brought everything we need so we can catch some trout, have a nice little fire, and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole's in the shop. Getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra I could borrow? But of course. It's probably not as nice as it sounds like yours is, though. Right.
I'm digging a hole here. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun is just barely over the horizon, scattering dusty pink light through the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the brush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and onto a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake.
Well, here we are.
I step out of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down to the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting.
Ah, great. It's still in one piece. Hold on, help me out with Maxwell.
I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest onto Maxwell. Woof, woof!
Alright, your turn.
Brian hands me a lime green life vest.
Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. I can swim, thanks or no thanks.
Ready?
Yes.
Number them.
Bottom to top.
2.
I was hoping for 3. Yep. I know how to swim, Brian. Suit yourself.
Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. She's just so unhappy. I love it.
You kids want to fish?
Aww. I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Ha! Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Whoa! Is that what we're doing?
Daisy, don't you want to fish?
I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore in the woods and look at bugs and stuff.
Alright, be safe. Don't go too far.
Brian puts the life vest around himself. We throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place, looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe and Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake.
Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Yeah, I know. That's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. Still a gambling man? You know it. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more than...
catch more than one?
Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously.
Ha 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 ha. That's a knee slapper right there.
Your knee specifically, not mine. I was thinking of a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children. More than that, let's say if I win, I get your weed whacker.
I just saw the word weed. I didn't read it. I just saw the word weed and I was like, all right, where's this going?
He is wearing green.
Yeah?
The Whackmaster 2000? That's a limited edition. But if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit.
The Reach Cut 3000 is state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches in the back of the yard that have been begging for a pruning.
You're on.
We shake on it. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. Hopefully it's not today. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake.
Oops.
Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand.
Little head, just stick
Little
it out.
head. Hello, little head.
Oh,
Big yawn.
curls up. No? Oh. Out the other side. That's all he did. He moved his head from one head to the other hole.
Hi.
Sorry, we're currently looking at my ferret.
He's so tiny. He can't decide what hole he wants his head to hang out of. There's 4 different holes, and he's tried every one of them. Oh, he's just gonna come out.
Let's check on him and make sure.
Check my stuff. He's pooping. I gotta give him a treat. Give me a second.
Good boy.
Good boy! Good boy! Yay! Good boy!
We are reinforcing in him that using the bathroom in his litter box is a good thing.
Good boy!
Eventually, we will be taking out 1 or 2 of those litter boxes and seeing if he can just go in one litter box. And if he tries to go in one that is not the litter box, we put him in the litter box so he starts to learn that pooping is not just the thing, but pooping in the litter box is the thing.
Alright.
But anyway.
I stare down at the tackle box and the pole in my hand.
Put some bait on the hook, insult the fish, stretch before physical activity. Bottom to top.
7.
Oh. This whole
One,
time
two,
it's been on 7, but
1, 2,
it's
3,
chosen 1
4,
to 3 for the
5,
last few
6,
rolls.
7. Here we go, right here. The chest hair. That's the action.
1.
All right, stretch before. Because I'm such a pro fisherman, I anticipate a lot of quick physical movements over the course of this fishing session. To prepare for such activities, I will now stretch my body so that it is limber and ready for battle. Ah, that's very responsible of you.
Do a few calf stretches, some bicep pulls, and I crack my neck several times.
Oh.
I bend over and try to touch my toes, but I can't make it happen. I can barely get the tips of my fingers past my shins.
Alright, my nubile body is now lithe and pliant. Perfect for wrangling every trout in this lake with my bare hands.
Serving size 10 cookies.
How many have you had?
Half the cup.
So that's like what? Like about...
There's 3.5 servings in here.
So a decent amount. Look at him. He's staring at us.
And low. Unless you poop in your litter box again, I'm not giving you no treat. Now what?
Perform fish mating call. Tie a knot or something. Meditate.
You ready?
Yep. Hold on. Not yet, because I have to call it. Middle, bottom, top.
1.
Tie a knot or something. Hey, look, see the eggplants and the sweat drops.
Take my pole and try to tie an elaborate-looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep, this one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot, I will cast my heavenly line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention.
Hey, Windows 10.
He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I pull my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can.
Whoa!
And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh.
Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure.
Brian hands me his pole with a smile.
Hey, Chijito! Welcome out to the stream. Dad.
Oh,
Gay.
no. Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there feeling
better.
like an idiot.
Dad. Dead. Gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Drop dead gorgeous. But dad dead gorgeous because we replace every word. We replace at least one word in every form with dad. Hence the title of today's episode. Dads never die.
Dad tales, woohoo!
I've been sitting all this time with dad tales. Woo! I don't actually know the words of that song.
Either.
He's back in his boat.
He loves his boat. Feeling like an idiot.
Oh, is this a match 3?
Oh shit. Fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in.
It's a match 3.
Alright.
I'm good at these. I need to match 3 of the same species. I can't tell which is
Match
which.
that fish. Match of the day. Nice match. Match of the day.
Well, if you do those 2, you get a 4 match.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Rainbow trout. Now you're fishing.
The green one.
This one right here. Oh,
Now you're fishing.
got a while to do this.
This one.
This one right here. Oh, yep.
Nice match. Nice catch.
I mean, I can make this.
Nice match.
This.
Nice match.
Then this one.
Nice match.
Then this one.
Match of the day.
Then this one.
Catch of the day.
Here.
Match of the day. Nice match.
Double up. Woo.
Now you're fishing. Nice catch. Nice match.
Holy
Nice
shit.
match.
Yeah.
I love match 3s, by the way. They're
Nice
like one of my,
match.
unabashedly, I love match 3s as like one of my favorite, like,
Now you're
just dumb
fishing.
games to play.
I love and hate them.
No, whoops, I screwed that up. Oh, he wants me to move this one somewhere. This one here.
Now you're fishing.
Nope, 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 nope. Here we go.
Rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout. Nice catch.
These 2.
Where?
These 2.
Oh, yes.
Now you're fishing. Match of the day.
These 2.
I can do
Now
this
you're
right here.
fishing.
And then where?
These 2.
Nice catch.
S+. Perfect.
Hey.
I love match 3s. Good work. Good work.
Well, this is way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who's smiling and obviously enjoying his time. Excuse me. His time out here on the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand, and I reflexively tug upwards. I think I got something oh.
I'll let you read that one because I was chewing on my nail.
The tip of the pole dips down repeatedly, and the line starts to run.
Reel it in.
Finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net.
It's all yours.
I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian caught. That pole saw is mine.
And in the water he goes without a vest.
Well, the entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I'm out of cookies. I should have taken the life vest.
You still have your Toblerone.
Yeah, but those aren't cookies, Paladin.
They aren't.
It's not
And
filling.
Nutter Butters are actually the best cookie ever.
That's fair. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I'm embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upward, sputtering water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time.
Somebody's playing with his mouse. You alright? Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so.
Brian laughs.
Let's get you to shore.
Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Once we get to the beach... Maxwell darts off into the woods. Gotta go find the girls, he's fine. Brian takes off his shirt. Dots of lake water glisten in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
Hey.
Sorry, that's... I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay.
I reluctantly take my own shirt off and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've busted me in, stupid sexy Brian.
Stupid sexy Brian.
Accurate. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. Oh, that's you. I'm sorry.
I'll say, the day's young. We can fish from the shore.
Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge.
We're probably gonna have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. Until another day.
My stomach growls.
You hungry? Oh, I'm fine.
Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars.
I have a small child. I'm flush with snacks.
Accurate. Brian joins me by the fire, and I accept the cargo short granola.
And now, we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry too much. They're a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They've probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders.
I take a look around at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in a warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks.
Here you go, bud.
Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself.
I've always hated how this stuff smells.
Lavender spray, babe. Works every time.
Really? I always kind of liked it. Reminds me of being outside. I'm right there with Brian. I legitimately, like, I don't want to smell that smell often, but when I do smell that smell, I am very nostalgic of all of my time camping.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I would love to go car camping again someday.
See, I get bit by mosquitoes even when I'm around several other people and none of them have been bitten by mosquitoes. So I hate bug spray.
I don't get bit by mosquitoes.
I get bit by everything.
I haven't been bit by a mosquito in a very long time.
I've been in a group where I'm the only one that has to wear bug spray, and I'm still the only one that's bitten.
Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors.
Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly.
Throw the stick toward the woods, fake out throw, or break the stick in half to assert your dominance.
Why would you do that to the poor doggo?
Alright, can I just rule that we don't do that one and we just roll for evens and odds?
Okay, yeah.
No, that's not right. We
That's
have
not
to
right.
we have to do it by the
number
rules.
it.
Bottom to top.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
Fake out throw.
I wind up and pretend to throw the stick. Maxwell runs away for a second, then looks around, confused. Brian and I laugh. I toss the stick to Maxwell for real, and he jumps up to catch it in his mouth.
It's a little messed up that we're taking advantage of a dog's inherent trust in humans for our own amusement. Maxwell, get over here. I gotta make it up to you.
Belly rub. Time for the pets. What's the plan?
Butt pats never fail. Scratch behind his ear. Rub that belly. Top to bottom.
2.
Scratch behind his ear.
I feel like we couldn't have failed with that.
Probably not.
I give Maxwell some nice little scratches behind his floppy ears. He responds in kind by licking my face.
It really likes you. Be careful. He's gonna try to follow you home if you keep that up.
I scratch Maxwell's ears some more intensely.
I'm gonna steal your dog, Brian.
We both laugh, but I'm only kind of kidding. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's lines. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them, and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods, looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bod Patrol. I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head, thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs.
Who pulls a button-up shirt over their head?
Someone who doesn't feel like unbuttoning their shirt.
Simultaneously, if we had chosen Danny Sexbank's costume, that thing is a leotard. How is that supposed to work?
I don't know. Which one is that?
Huh?
Which one was that?
The Danny outfit?
Yeah.
It was the blue and red with the Star of David on it. Because
okay.
he's Jewish. Where have you guys been?
How come the dog has to be there? Like, can't they move him over, like, just a little bit so he's not blocked by the names?
Hey, somebody gave us a like on Facebook.
Hey.
I assume it was my old childhood friend Jake from Georgia.
Studying entomology.
What?
We're done playing with bugs. We were playing with bugs.
I expected you guys to be more covered in, like, mud and stuff.
Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child?
Yes?
Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder.
Ugh.
Right. We take a seat around the fire, and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything?
Fish taste okay?
I poke him. Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouths full of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good.
I don't know. You've never had mine or my mom's salmon, which my salmon is literally my mom's recipe for salmon.
It's very good. I want some salmon.
Yeah, it's great. Old Harding family recipe.
Oh. Why are your pants wet?
Well, Amanda, we were out on the lake, and then I accidentally tipped over that boat. Don't worry, all the gear floated to the surface, so we didn't lose anything. Right, Randy? Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Aww. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my world-famous sense of humility.
World-famous sense of humility. We've got a regular, what is it? Grandmother Teresa or Mother Teresa? Mother Teresa.
Grandmother Teresa.
Grandmother Teresa at this point.
He loves that mouse, don't he?
He really likes that mouse. I put that in his cage earlier this morning, and he just fell in love with it immediately. He plays with it all the time. He doesn't play with the one outside the cage as often.
Huh.
But I think it's because he's more interested in all the shit that he can do in the room.
Yeah. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the back seat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day.
Been an ordeal today, bud. Let me drive you guys home.
I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad of the block, but yeah, I'm beat.
Fine.
As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window, and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. I think it's a little louder than we are.
Ever so slightly. The music in this game tends to be a bit louder than we are.
Hey, sleepyhead. I opened my eyes and realized that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off my chin.
Oh, hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict. So I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight. With my strong arms. It's all good. You earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too. Take it the easiest.
Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse onto the couch.
Long day.
Yep.
I was so close to that pole saw.
Pole saw?
Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish, and...
Ugh, stop! Why do you care so much?
Manda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number, and he's rubbing my face in it.
Dad, I love you. But you're kinda dumb sometimes.
Dumb? Or clearly the superior dad?
You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night.
Whee!
Amanda slides off the couch face down onto the floor. I am a tired slug.
Amanda, that floor is disgusting.
I don't care.
Well, night, honey.
Night, Pops. The extended cut is the only cut worth watching.
We did not watch the extended cuts of Lord of the Rings movies.
Zero bass. Almost 100% for beard.
Mm-hmm. I think none of this actually matters.
Yeah.
I think all of this is just arbitrary bullshit. This rating might not be, but I think the majority of this is arbitrary bullshit.
Yeah.
Soft boy, 2
Better
out of
be
3.
early than late. Man, I hope we don't get a third one in a row. I want to try somebody else too. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decide to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sounds of a suburban city with a low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. We're about to get on a road.
I don't know.
A drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside.
Yes, that's the excuse I'm going to use.
I order a beer from the bar and settle in. Turns out that my team isn't playing tonight. My team, capitalized,
Yeah.
isn't playing tonight.
My team, TM.
But I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over to the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad. Looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into middle distance.
Save high or keep watching the game. That's my turn.
Oh, good job.
Odds or evens?
Odds or say hi.
Alright. 5. We're gonna say hi.
I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up.
This seat taken?
She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyway, and she finally notices me. Hey, cowboy. I can't remember her voice.
It was basically just a disinterested you.
Oh.
You alright?
Never better.
That's it.
She hiccups. Guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes.
Oh.
Will you walk a gal home?
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Evens and odds.
Odds or walk her home.
6. Call her a cab.
Fuck! I have sympathy for Mary, but it's hard to muster the energy to give her any more of my time tonight. But hey, money can solve this problem.
How about I call you a cab, Mary?
Whatever you say, cowboy. Takes me a while to figure out how to call a cab from my phone without Amanda's help, but soon enough, one is on its way. Mary leans against the door frame, forlorn, while waiting for the cab to arrive. I try to make small talk, but I can't think of anything to say. Eventually, I drift back to the TV in the corner and soak up a little more of the game.
I was worried about taking her home because I was worried she was gonna try and fuck us.
Oh. I had a feeling she was going to start complaining about her and Joseph's relationship.
And then try to fuck us.
I didn't think about her trying to fuck us.
I have a feeling that's exactly where that was going, and so I'm A-okay with calling her a cab and getting her the fuck out of the bar.
That's fair.
I was rooting for calling her a cab.
I was rooting for walking her home because I wanted to know where this was going. I didn't think about having sex.
See, that's the difference, is like my mind immediately goes to, hey, you're one of my good friend's wife. I'm just gonna, here you go. Get home safely.
That's fair. It's not too much longer before I notice Mary starting to leave. We give each other a nod and she walks out the door.
Welcome.
I have a feeling that something intense could have happened there, but
I want
we
to
just
see what
avoided
intense
it.
could have happened. Ugh.
Well, do you want me to, like, make a save there or something? I guess there's technically a save there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yep. Walk Mary home, walk Mary home. Yeah, so we could... Do you want to see what happens?
Yes, let's see what
we
happens.
We could always load
could
back
go back.
in. Yeah.
We're going to go back because that's what the roll said, but I want to know. Okay.
Say hi. Walk her home.
I slide out of the booth. Seems like Mary's having some trouble getting up. I reach out a hand to help her, but she waves me away. I got it. She clearly does not got it.
You know what? Hang out here for a second.
I walk over to the bartender and pay Mary's tab.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just... She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, like, go home with...
I don't really want to say it.
one of the guys she meets?
Nah.
Nah? Ain't her thing. Huh.
I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms. It's still raining a little bit. I take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. Such a gentleman.
Let's get you home.
Mary and I walk in silence up the street toward the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her, for fear she might hit on me. Or not.
See, this is what I was worried. This game was made by a bunch of men.
That's fair.
Call back here.
What did the bartender mean to say by ain't her thing? Sorry you have to see me like this. Usually not. I know Joseph doesn't like when I just... Sorry.
It's alright.
Sorry if I'm ever mean to you.
It's all right.
No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm just having a really... Forget it. As we get to the cul-de-sac, I can feel Mary start to slow down. By the time we arrive at the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, can we just... Hold on.
What's wrong?
How about another drink? Old time's sake?
Come on, Mary. It's bedtime.
Mary looks me up and down, giving me a half smile. You're right. She pulls me in close for a hug, hugging onto me for a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest. You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to the front door herself.
Huh. I'm okay with leaving that in there just because it's backstory.
Yeah.
I don't think I literally don't think that would have changed much.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't gotta go back through it again?
No, we don't have to go back through it again. I'm fine
Okay.
with leaving that because it would have just brought us to this page anyway. We just got to see the actual event.
It might have gotten us points with Joseph, though, because we walked
Walked her home and didn't do anything or anything, yeah. Or could have taken him away because he could be super jealous and he's just hiding it.
You want to go back to the thing?
No, no, I'm fine with this just because
Okay.
it's story. Roll me some dads.
Okay. Gotta get the 7 in there. I'm nervous. Please don't let us go on a third date with someone. Please let us go on a first date with someone.
3.
How about
How about...
we try to go on at least 2 dates with every character?
Okay.
So we've been on a first date with Matt.
At
We've been on
least
2
one
dates.
date.
Yeah, we've been on 2 dates with Damien. We've been on 2 dates with Brian.
Okay.
So those 2 are out.
Okay. I like this
Damien
better.
and Brian are out, so that means that we are actually down to 5. So roll
Okay,
some 5s.
So 5. I feel better about this, because I want to get to know these characters.
Yeah, all of the characters, and then
They deserve to get to be known.
and then the final roll after everybody's had 2 dates.
Will be who we go with.
Yes.
I like this plan. This is a good plan. So,
All right.
So,
So 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
Okay.
4.
4. That's Hugo.
Hugo, all right.
First roll for Hugo.
All right. Always bring a war chest.
A war chest?
Dunno. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me. I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them?
Uh-oh.
I completely understand. Oh, I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school, arguably the worst age to be. I completely understand if you don't want to or can't make it, but I'm gonna be honest with you here. It's the middle school class. I need as much help as I can get.
I wonder how weird middle schoolers are now, because I have not interacted with middle schoolers since I was in middle school.
They're fucking weird, man. They're fucking weird.
Is that like, are middle schoolers what we consider true Gen Z right now?
I mean...
Like 8th grade to like freshman? Like that's like, I know Gen Z is a whatever, but like, whenever I think of
stereotypical Gen Z, you
yes,
mean.
that's what I mean when I say true Gen Z or true Gen Z or true like millennial is like, I consider our generation true millennial, and I consider like the people that are currently in like 7th grade to 9th grade to be the true Gen Zs.
Every time I think Gen Z, I think 6th grade to 12th grade. Like, I'm not quite grabbed that group of people.
All right. I can accept that.
Every time I think Gen Z, I think someone who's 16, 17.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because that's all you hear about. The ones who are old enough to have a voice, who are about to vote, so they're letting their voice be known. Be like, be prepared, fucking grown-ups. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal.
Morning, Amanda.
Morning, Pops.
Hey, you know, hey, how was middle school for you?
Bad. But nobody likes middle school. 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
I enjoyed my middle school years. I was
You
popular.
You weren't bullied.
Oh, I was bullied.
I thought you were popular.
I mean, I was popular with the unpopular crowd.
Okay, that.
I was the king of the geeks.
Everyone.
So I had a core group of friends that I hung out with, and then the popular kids made fun of me, but I didn't give a shit. That was my thing. Which is what made me popular with the unpopular kids, because they all got bullied as well, but I was the only one that didn't give a shit, and they were like, that's really cool. I was also the new kid in middle school, and that
You
gave
were
me
always the new kid throughout your childhood, though, weren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I was the new kid, like, every 6 years we moved to to a new area with a new school district and everything. So, like, every 6 years, I was the new kid. And then after those 6 years of making friends, I moved somewhere else and became the new kid again. And then I'm still technically on track for that. The only difference is that when I moved this time, it was just to a different house, same school.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40-plus hours a week, doing long division, starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop?
That's not what I remember the fight starting over, but...
Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like?
I remember I didn't like it. I thought it was fine. My answer right now would be I thought it was fine because I had an okay middle school experience. I generally had an okay school experience from start to finish.
What are you doing? Right row?
I am claiming the M&Ms. Oh, this would be a dangerous idea.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
It's the chocolate
the
chip
numbers.
M&M cookies, but with caramel M&Ms.
Number the things, please.
Huh?
Number them.
Middle, top, bottom.
3,
I thought it was fine.
You gonna read it?
Yeah, hold on. I'll stream. There was nothing really out of the ordinary for me. I had friends who... Oh no, they all wronged me in some way, shape, or form. They were terrible to me.
And wait, I was terrible to them too. It's all rushing back to me. Middle school was awful. I had repressed it for so long. Dad, did we just have a breakthrough?
I think we did.
See, middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school?
Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for.
You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? Last field trip I got to go on was the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory.
Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
No, it's because Bobby Willingham threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me.
Right. Let's leave that story firmly in the past.
Anyway, you should just do it, or you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with the cool fish.
Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous.
What, are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole?
Don't you put fear in my heart.
Well, do they have penguins there?
Yes, they have penguins there.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of the ocean.
Penguins do outweigh fear of the ocean.
Mm-hmm. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address.
Did you just pour a little bit
No.
out? Or no, that was just labeling?
Yeah.
It was just trash that came out the front of your bottle?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab another bottle.
Me too.
Okay, you want me to grab it for you?
Yeah. I grab my keys and kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out.
Balloon.
Don't hit my balloon!
I accidentally hit it with my glasses. Ah, that's why these were hard to grab. They're behind all of the other bottles.
Yeah, they kind of got moved behind all of them. Paladin gave me this balloon this morning.
You explained that already.
I don't know how much he paid for it, but I love it.
I didn't pay any money for it. I
Yeah?
said, hey, can I have a balloon? And he said, sure.
Cool. There's hair on my M&M.
That entire thing was kind of cool. Like, it was just, you know, you had, like...
We went to a pancake breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm. We went to a charity pancake breakfast this morning.
For Kiwanis.
For Kiwanis, or, yeah, isn't it also called, like, K-Circle or something like that?
Something like that. Ooh.
Circle K, that's what it's called.
Anyway, yesterday my boss gave me tickets, and she was like, hey, if you want to have breakfast before you come to work. I didn't realize she would be working it. Like, I didn't realize she'd be volunteering for it. So we saw her this morning. I was like, oh, this is my boyfriend, Paladin. Paladin, this is my boss.
And then you introduced me to other people and went, yes, this is the one that I talk about all the time.
Yeah, it was my boss's daughter and her family. But you might not know them, but they know you. Because they're like, so how's Paladin? I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me, looking frazzled.
I'm so glad you're here. Hugo! It's been a debacle all morning. They're short-handed and most of the kids won't stop screaming. I'm sure you know it's the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar. Great. Well, you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here.
Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start.
Can you guys put your phones away?
All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They then go back to their texting.
At least they're quiet?
Too quiet.
No.
Oh.
Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It is middle school, after all. We'll see.
The classes start filing into the aquarium. Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid.
Should I just go for the mustache and go for the Hugo look? Because he's got the man bun.
That's your decision.
Anytime you say that's your decision, I know you don't want me to.
I mean...
You want me to have a beard out to here.
No, that'd be gross.
Because every time
I do like your big bushy beard.
I was gonna say, every time that I talk about like cutting my beard, you're like, no, don't cut it.
But then I go back and say it's your decision because it's your face.
Yeah, that's why I'm just gonna.
Which is better than what you give me. You're just like, it's your decision. You don't give me an opinion before you say it's your decision.
Yeah, because then you don't have a heading. That way, it truly is your decision, not being guilt tripped into it. I'm gonna shave my head at one point, and you guys are just gonna come back to me being bald.
Okay, do it.
I know you don't want me to.
You shave, I shave.
You've said that over and over again.
So have you. He shaves, I shave. But then I go back on my word and say that I probably won't get very good job aspects by doing so I can't shave my head.
Whereas my manager... So this is the reason why I'm probably not going to do it now. The new manager at our store has a beard and is bald. Shaves his head. So I'm not going to do that because that would be a little too copycat-y samey.
Yeah?
So I'm going to keep the long hair because I'm the only one at the store with really long hair.
Okay. You gotta be that dude.
Right. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, they will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil.
The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo.
What's in the packet? Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes. I think it's to think about the Great Barrier Reef.
Downloaded this from online.
Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books? We just did a unit on the old man at the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
I want to pet stingrays.
You don't want to pet stingrays. You want to pet manta rays.
That's fair.
It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal section on tropical fish. This is a very nautical game. Have you noticed that?
It is very nautical.
We have
game.
one dad that likes fishing. We have one dad that likes sailing, and we have a dad that is super into tropical fish.
Is he into tropical fish, or is he just taking the kids to the museum or the aquarium?
He suggested that we look at the tropical fish while the kids are busy doing the other stuff.
Okay. Well, the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text. Hugo and I wander over to the large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Hey.
Is it a lionfish? It is! That there's a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size? Oh. I'm sorry. I was so excited about the lionfish that I said his lion. I said his lion.
They're also massive pests, and there are people who pay a massive premium on the fishing market for you to cull them in large numbers, because one, not only are they actually delicious, two, they are killing off a lot of the Atlantic population of fish.
Really?
Ever since they invaded that population, they've become an invasive species, and they haven't been able to be stopped.
Huh.
So there's a massive bounty out on those fish.
That's pretty cool. Didn't know that. Whoa. Sorry I stepped in on your line again.
Their spines are venomous too. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here.
Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Oh.
That's a stonefish, yep. That's a stonefish. The most venomous fish in the world. And they just keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless so long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis.
Oh, fun.
Cool.
Ah.
Nature is wild.
Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him.
Hey, see that fish over there? That one? Yeah, that's the American longfish, blue-nosed wigglyfish, humphead race. The last one is an actual fish. So I have a feeling it's gonna be that, especially because I know the Game Grumps, but top to bottom.
1.
Damn it! I want to look up if American longfin is a real thing.
Look it up. What is Stinker doing?
He
Stinker
probably
is
fell back asleep.
in his ship, I think. I love Stinker. That's his new name.
the first link is Hugo, official Dream Daddy wiki. No, I bet what they're probably referencing with this is the actual humphead. Because it's really ugly looking.
Oh. I think it's kind of cute ugly, though.
To a degree. Hold on, I'll move this over so that, hold on. Does memes still work? Memes still works. Awesome.
Yep. I think it's cute ugly.
It's definitely something ugly.
I like it. It's all the same picture. I love it.
Okay. Turn memes back off. I'm glad that memes still works so that I can show that to people.
I'm not a fan of this whole on and off thing.
Hold on, I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off. Hold on, let's see here. Alt tab out. Can I alt tab out to task manager maybe?
Like
No.
what is it called?
Why can I not? Why can I not?
His blue light
There we go.
blocker is turning off and on, and
Yeah,
it's
Flux keeps turning on and off. Let's just turn it off until sunrise. It does that because anytime I click into this video feed, it turns off. And anytime that I click into the game, it turns on again. So we'll just turn it off until we finish with the game.
Okay.
So I know the answer here. He's probably wanting to do Humphead Race, but
It's
we
not
rolled
what we
American
rolled.
Longfin.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Paranormal fish trivia, psychiatric fish trivia, or political fish trivia.
I dad called me for some reason. I'll call him back after this roll.
3,
Hold on, let me actually give us some things.
Oh, I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna do bottom to top.
Okay.
1.
This fish openly supports the legalization of marijuana. I didn't know it was so progressive. Times are changing, man.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious? Serious as a heart attack? Absolutely not.
I'm sorry.
I can roll this one.
My dad only calls me for important situations. I'll be right back.
Alright, I don't know what happened to my die. Oh, there it is. It was behind my beer. While we wait for CPQ to come back, does anybody want to see, my ferret? I'll go grab him. 1 second, hold on. Buddy? Sleep? You are out cold. Well, there's no way I'm waking him up. Sorry, guys. I am not that cruel. I'm not going to wake up him. But I can talk about my day with him. So I've been trying to litter train him, which means that anytime that he actually does use the litter box, we need to congratulate him. And so I'm using a quote-unquote clicker method, which is very similar to like Pavlovian influencing, Pavlovian conditioning, which is that every time that I give him a treat, I also snap my fingers. Snapping my fingers and giving him the treat reinforces that snapping of the fingers is what gives you the treat. But after he knows that snapping the fingers means a good thing, whenever he uses the restroom in a litter bin, I snap my fingers and give him a treat. And what this does is it reinforces that he will get treats and snaps of fingers, which are good to him now, more often if he takes the time to use the restroom in the litter bin and not outside of the litter bin. There's no punishment for not using the litter bin, but there is praise for using the litter bin. And since I've started doing that, he is much more likely to use the litter bin than not use the litter bin. Just a couple days ago, he easily pooped and peed outside of his cage and like on the floor, basically not in a litter bin, like 5 or 6 times, and it was ridiculous. So far today, it's only been twice, and I've cleaned up both very quickly, and I've shown him where the litter bin is since. You're supposed to show him where the litter bin is whenever he goes to poop. I'm still working on it, and it's kind of difficult too, because in order to let him out of his cage so that he can actually roam around and get some exercise, because he's supposed to have up to 4 hours out of his cage a day. In order to allow him to do that, I have to keep track of him, and he can go under my bed right now until I can, you know, either get something to like cover up the bed or something. I actually have some poster board under my couch, and I bet I could grab that and use that to sort of block off the bed and kind of force him not to be under there, because I can't get to him under there very easily. I can grab him from anywhere, but I really have to crawl under my bed. So I might use the poster board just to block off the bed while I have him out here. And then kind of force him to learn the lay of the land minus the bed and maybe even minus the couch area. If I can get him to learn not to go to either of those and then start to learn to use the actual litter bin, then my life gets much easier. But until then, we're kind of just stuck with trying to litter train him the old-fashioned way. I've already started bite training him as well, which is to say that ferrets love to bite, but if they are not taught not to, they will continue to bite whenever they're adults, and their bites can hurt. In fact, he got me pretty hard on the knuckle the other day, and it did pierce the skin. But part of bite training is if he bites you, there's 3 main reasons why he will bite. He'll either bite because he's playing, he'll bite because he's afraid, or he'll bite to get your attention. If he's biting because he's playing, then you simply need to scruff him, put him away, and basically say, you have now disengaged playtime because you bit me. He will learn very quickly that if he wants to play, he is not allowed to bite you.
So much for calling for important reasons. My dad was calling for my mom because she wanted to know if I had any brown tights.
Interesting.
I'm sorry for leaving the stream. My dad usually just texts if it's not urgent.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, odds or evens?
Odds or heart attacks?
Alright. Here we go. Odd. That's an
Awesome.
That's a heart attack. We're talking fish here. There's no time for jokes.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a clownfish.
Oh. Whoops.
Right.
Fuck.
Oh well.
We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks.
Of course they do.
I've done that before. Hugo leaves my side to separate 2 kids who start fighting over a Capri Sun. Really?
I don't know what flavor is it.
That's fair.
If it's the fucking wild cherry, I will stab a bitch.
Oh, I hate cherry flavored things. I walk around the room. Why are we friends?
Because we fill in the gaps.
We do fill in the gap. That is a good point. I hate cherries. You like cherries. That means
you hate cherry flavored things. I love cherry flavored things.
I like real cherries.
I hate real cherries. You love real cherries.
It's the olive theory. It's the olive theory. Do you like olives?
No.
Perfect. I couldn't remember if you did or not. We are perfect for each other. Best friends forever.
I wanted to do that the most awkward way possible.
Thank you.
I.e. not use my left hand because I am right-handed, thank you very much. And you're left-handed. The theory continues.
So good for each other.
All
Hugo
right.
leaves my side to separate 2 kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. I love the
I bet you learned
aquarium.
to tune it out after a while.
That's fair.
We should find it or go to an aquarium soon.
I mean, we're going to MomoCon.
I was about to say, when we go to MomoCon, is there...
It's not very close, but we could look at the schedule and see how we feel about certain times.
What if...
Because the aquarium is like a 3-hour adventure.
Yeah, what if on the day that the con ends, because there's usually nothing going on the very last day, instead of like doing the whole thing, we go check out the con for a little bit, and then we head off to the aquarium.
Yeah?
Because it's been years since I've been to the Georgia Aquarium.
Then we go to the mall and eat at that one place that we really like for dinner.
That works for me if we can find our way there.
Okay.
That works for me.
Okay, but you're driving because I'm afraid to drive in Atlanta.
All right.
Okay. He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. We love us some staring, don't we?
Wow.
Ah.
I walk over to join him.
Beautiful, isn't it? I'd rather stare at you. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean. Are those 2 sharks kissing?
You ready? Number them.
Middle, top, bottom.
3.
No, Randy. One's eating the other. Well...
We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing
Look at
that...
the sunfish in the back! The shittily drawn sunfish!
I love him! The tank is filled with the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish.
It's manta rays that they'd put in this kind of thing. They would never put stingrays in this.
They put stingrays in there, and then they remove their barbs.
Oh, that's also true, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from
Mantas
the
get huge.
They
Never
do.
mind.
And keep a wary distance from sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands.
I don't know. You kick a horseshoe crab, and he might have a piercing pod in him.
That's terrifying.
That's a Monster Hunter joke. There are iron-shelled crab, or they're called iron-head crabs. And when you kick them over, they usually have some type of special slinger ammo in them. Or they'll have an emerald carapace. Or an emerald shell.
Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you... Oh.
Don't you want to pet some rays, Randy? Oh, I think I'm good. I don't really... I think I should stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what one of those things are. I don't know what any of those things are, but I get the feeling they'll probably bite me in my delicious hands if given the chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have their barbs removed. The horseshoe crabs only eat little clams. The anemones are perfectly safe to touch.
Against my better judgment, I approach the tank, slowly dipping my hand into the cold water. I touch a stingray as it glides past me.
See? Not so bad. I remember touching a, what is it called? Monoshark or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a shark that they put in these things as well because it's, like, completely and totally harmless to humans.
Depending on its, what's the word? Not attitude. Personality? Disposition. Some stingrays fucking love to be pets. Yeah. Like, they fucking love it.
Yeah, when you touch them, they go...
They get so excited.
Mm-hmm. It feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right?
I dive my hand back into the touch tank with renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of a horseshoe crab.
Carapace is the correct word.
My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles at me.
Hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish. Sorry, I just got carried away Wait. That girl over there looks suspicious.
Is she trying to shove an animal in her purse?
Why is that? Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan? Susan, get back here!
Damn it, Susan. Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit.
Wanna tell me what's in the bag?
Textbooks?
Wanna tell me what's really in the bag?
Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop.
Look, kid. Don't have time for games here. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink.
Oh,
I'm not
God.
afraid to hit a child.
Oh, God, please no. Oh, God, please no. Please no. Oh, God. That's going to be some dark clouds right there. Number than Paladin.
Top to bottom.
3.
Yes!
No!
I'm not afraid to hit a child. I'm strong. I'm stronger than you. I don't care about my public image.
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Randy, please don't say that.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time, we won't say please.
Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book back on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
What?
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look.
Jesus, Susan, what's your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside? Where he's gonna die? Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, and hands where I can see them.
Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last.
In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
I can't believe we threatened to hit a child.
We threatened to hit a fucking child.
This game.
Here we go.
Look over here.
Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hey.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. The male seahorse giving birth.
A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Oh.
Fun fact. Male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day.
That's poor things.
Man, we thought we had it hard. They actually don't get pregnant, per se. The female is still the one that lays the eggs, and the male is still the one that provides the sperm. However, the female lays the eggs into the male, and the sperm spermifies or fertilizes the eggs inside the male, in a separate pocket inside the male's body, and then they squirt out at the end. So there's no gestation inside the male per se, like a uterus. It is a separate, like, hollowed out section of the male seahorse. It would basically be like if I had, like, a large sack surrounding my dick, and all you did was scrape out some eggs and plop them in that sack, and then I jacked off into the sack, and then that's how babies were born.
You like my sound effects?
I don't. I really don't. You're gonna make me throw up.
I'm sorry.
Everybody step back, I'm going to vomit! That old dude from... I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo. It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible wherever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives.
So good, Sapir.
Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point, but I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there.
We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit.
Do we get to see the penguins? Yes, we get to see the penguins.
I've never understood why penguins are at an aquarium.
Because they spend most of their life in water fishing.
That's fair. But so do seals.
Yeah, but seals are mammalian. They also have otters at exhibits because they're also aquatic animals.
That's fair.
And some do have seals.
Okay.
Some aquariums do have seals. It's rarer than penguins or otters.
Yeah.
But it is something that you will still see sometimes every now and again.
Okay. Hell yes. Penguins!
Those are emperor penguins.
Our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
What?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh, God.
Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Wait, just kidding, it's very bad. Is it one of ours? It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend.
I look over to the penguins and see there's a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time?
We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life.
Hugo looks around.
I'll create a distraction.
Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room.
Everybody, I have an announcement.
The whole room turns towards Hugo.
Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins.
Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. Run into the enclosure and I'm greeted by a cold blast of air.
Psst. Hey.
The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold.
Can't be in here.
Neither can you. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when discussing the birdness of penguins.
The crowd is still somehow enraptured.
Kid, what are you doing here?
Ugh. I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom.
Where are they even going to go?
They're gonna live in my closet.
Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here.
Not until I save a penguin.
Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions, so they don't all live in cold climates, if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly?
The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time.
Lay down the law, try to relate to her, or bribe her.
Alright.
The bribe would work on me. Bottom to top.
3.
Lay down the law.
I prepare to raise my voice at Molly and then hesitate. Is it weird for me to raise my voice at a stranger's kid? Like, is it a parenting faux pas or something?
Baux pass is how you pronounce that.
Money. Give me money.
I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me.
Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well give it to me right now. I reach in my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill.
Okay, well I have $12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough?
Pay me the other $8 and we have a deal. Later, and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds.
No. Minigame.
Block
Ah!
that bird.
How?
Okay. I love it.
No.
No!
I can do this. I swear I can do this. Is that supposed to be Molly, I guess?
I guess.
I'm shooting little hands.
I love it.
The minigames in this game are ridiculous.
They are. I love them.
Bribe that team.
Bribe that team. Money. We shot money at her.
Oh no, some of them are holding
Some of the
money.
birds, yeah, some of the birds have money in their mouth. Bribe that team.
I love it. Penguins escaped one.
I'm not gonna get an S rank for that, am I? Oh!
Bribery works.
S plus though if I had gotten none. I need to replay all of these mini. I wish there was an option to just replay the
There
mini
might be
games.
after you're done. Phew. Glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo is wrapping up his diversionary on, penguin speech.
And that is why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world.
That was me in high school.
That is me
I'm sorry.
today. Penguins are one of the best animals in
No,
the
like,
world.
I was absolutely obsessed with penguins in high school.
I owned the March of the Penguins on DVD.
Very cool. I have, like, 6 penguin plushies, at least. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over.
Molly, what were you doing in there?
I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega.
You realize that penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands.
Well, it was the thought that counts.
No, Molly, it wasn't.
Molly turns to me. You owe me $8.
Huh?
What? Just, I'll pay you later, kid.
Molly runs off towards Susan. I suppose so that they can compare animal thief notes.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Oh.
You're gonna have to get that later so he doesn't.
He doesn't give a shit about sweets.
Okay.
Randy, did you just bribe a child? I bribed a child. I don't know what she's talking about. You can't play by the rules when penguins are on the line.
Number them.
He may not want them, but I want them. Bottom to top.
3.
I bribed a child.
At least you're honest.
It was the only way to get her out of the exhibit. I'm not proud of what I've done.
See, at least he was honest.
Penguin Facts TM. I'm not proud of it either. Or of my Penguin Facts lecture. But at least we got her out. Let's just go through the day and get out of here.
With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop, and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside.
Hey, Randy. Thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards?
I don't know, but cheese sounds good.
You don't know what a cheese board is?
What is a cheese board?
It's literally a board of cheese. It's
Just
just a bunch of different cheeses. It's like the...
Yes,
you know
I
how they
love
have, like,
cheese boards.
You know how they have like wine tastings?
Yeah,
It's basically like a cutting board that's just bunches of different cheeses.
I love it. Already, I need it in my life.
I love cheese boards. I'm all about cheese boards. There's nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board. We're gonna pull up memes again, and I'm gonna show you what a cheese board looks like.
Okay.
Just to make you hungry.
Should I roll? Bitch, I'm already hungry. I've been hungry since we started.
Hold on. I don't want to pull it up on this page. I want to pull it up on this page. Hey, look, it's that hump head. That's what a cheese board is.
Oh, damn.
That's a cheese board.
Oh, damn.
People get really fancy with cheese boards as well. If you want to make me a good cheese board, do this one.
Yeah?
Literally cheese, meat, and somewhere maybe on here to put crackers. And like, here's the crackers.
Yeah?
But like,
Some nuts and stuff.
Instead of these, can we have like the Ritz ones?
Okay.
I don't care about the nuts. I don't care about the berries. I just want meat and cheese.
We do cheese boards at work.
Mm-hmm. You just didn't even know they were called cheese boards.
I guess not. I mean, they're not on
Here's the cheese
boards.
board
They're
for
on
me, pretty
pieces
much.
of a slate.
Look at all that meat. Look at all that cheese. Look at all those crackers.
Whoo!
That's the cheese board
Number
for
the
me.
rolls.
Top to bottom.
2.
Hold on. I gotta get rid of memes
I'm all
now.
about cheese boards.
Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. Cheese boards are awesome.
Yeah,
We should make cheese boards.
we should. I walk inside to find the house empty.
I wonder where the panda's at.
Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door.
What you up to tonight?
Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium?
It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
Oh, we've all been there.
Had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw.
You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us?
Amanda, no penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though.
I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a
Kind of a what?
stick in the mud.
He is actually pretty cool. Had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes.
Huh. You mean take a nap?
There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father.
Don't forget to floss every day. All right.
Date complete.
Yay. Yay.
A.
plus.
Man, I wish that they would speak louder.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, we have it turned down because of the music, but they speak so quietly.
Asiago getter.
What?
Asiago getter.
Asiago getter? Is that what he said?
No, that's the thing for him. Do you know what Asiago is?
Cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Do you
it.
know what a go-getter is?
Yeah, someone who's a go-getter.
So combine them.
Asiago getter, and that's hilarious.
There you go. I have now officially explained the joke to you.
Thank you.
All right, still 5 on the board because Hugo and Matt both still only have 1 date.
All right, do you want to do another date? Or do you want to stop? Because
it
it's
is
9:30
9:33.
and we're at 2 hours.
Let's go ahead and call it a day for now.
All right, then let's call it a day.
Sorry to anybody who may just be showing up. But it is 9:30 and it is time for us to go. As it is 9:30 and I have work in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, we will come back next time.
Yeah.
But for now, thank you for everybody who came out. If you have not already voted, make sure you vote on our poll. If you're on Facebook, that should be in the description below. If you're on Twitch, look for the Twitch updates, which are either below, or if you just go directly to my channel, they're also on a feed on my channel. If you're on Facebook, remember to look through my Facebook. I have also posted it there as well. I specifically posted it in the comments of that post this time, unfortunately, because I forgot to post it in the main post. But yes, remember to vote on our current JRPGs. The votes you can vote for this time are Tales of Berseria, Golden Sun, Persona 5, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Those 4 games are currently up for grabs. So if you want me to play any particular one, feel free to vote. But until then, I've been Paladin. This has been CPQ.
Hi.
This has been Dream Daddy, the dad dating simulator. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.